It is a gorgeous May 16th day in the Toronto area. Got my good guy once again, Adis Kuchevich, alongside myself, Jay Boyle. You are listening and watching In the Mix. And we're going to get right into a collapse of sorts. But I don't think it was a collapse, just the way everything played out. The Toronto Raptors fell to the Milwaukee Bucks 108-100 in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. And they were in control for the vast majority of the game.
Whole game, pretty much.
Whole game up until the fourth quarter. And they were up, 7 going into the fourth. Story of our lives. Kawhi goes on the bench. You bring in Norm Powell and Fred VanVleet. What happens?
I don't understand that rotation. Why he always has to go on the bench at the start of the fourth.
Well, here's the thing. Whether it's poor management by Nick Nurse, Kawhi had only rested 3.5 minutes up until that point. Played the whole third quarter. So he's got to rest at some point unless he's going to play 44. To me, he got his rest and he still flopped in the fourth. But you take him off for the first 2.5 minutes. Kyle Lowry hits Norm Powell under the basket. Wide open layup. He misses it. Milwaukee comes down and scores. Fred VanVleet takes a 3. Misses. Milwaukee comes down and scores. Fred VanVleet takes a mid-range 2-pointer from the free throw line. Misses. Milwaukee comes down and scores. Kyle Lowry hits a 3 to stop the bleeding. What happens? Fred goes down, takes another 3, misses. Milwaukee scores again. 1-point game. Bring Kawhi back in. Game's over. Because he had no legs and nobody else had legs, arms, shots, layups, nothing.
Especially that turnover by Danny Green.
Oh,
Near
killer.
the end, that just killed us. Right
With
there.
about 3 minutes left, he dribbles across half court. He gets the pass across half court.
Yeah.
Dribbling on the left side, tries doing too much. Double team comes, tries dribbling through it, and
Gets
falls on the ball.
Stolen.
Falls on the ball, and then he's bitching to the ref for a call. Again, I've told you I hate that.
I hate that
And it's
too.
like, dude, you just fell down. You lost your footing.
You
just
created
deal
a
with it.
turnover.
Just
It's
deal
not-
with it.
It's not the ref's fault.
Get back on defense. Put your head down.
Exactly.
Pull your shorts up. Get your feet set. Instead of bitching to the ref, because he's not the one who told you to give the ball away.
It's
All
true.
right?
Who
So-
you putting the blame on, though, for this game?
Well, that's what I was going to get to. Where did it go wrong? You tell me.
Clearly, everyone knows what a turning point was. It obviously all happened in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Because right up until then, we were leading pretty much the whole game. Especially ending the third quarter with a buzzer beater. I thought we had that game. I thought it was done. I went Paul Pierce.
I thought that gave Siakam
I went
some
Paul
confidence.
Pierce. We're sweeping.
So
And then
it wasn't just the fourth quarter.
right upside down.
Let's look at the complete second half, all right? So Kyle Lowry and Kawhi Leonard combined to go 12 of 24, 4 of 6 from deep, all right? And 12 of that 24, most of those misses was Kawhi Leonard. Kyle Lowry only missed, I think, 4 shots in the second half. The rest of the team was 1 of 23 for 4 points and was 1 of 14 from behind the 3-point line. You're 1 of 23 in a whole half of basketball. There's no
That's
possible
Raptors.
way you're going to win a game
That's Raptors for you.
when that happens. And the worst part is, to me, you squandered the best playoff game Kyle Lowry's probably played of his career.
It
Yeah.
is. It was a career high.
30 and 8, goes 10 of 15, shoots 66%, goes 7 of 9 from deep, sets his career playoff personal best with 7 3-pointers.
Finally fucking shows up.
Was on fire in
Finally.
the fourth quarter with 3:30 left. We had 15 points in that quarter. Kyle Lowry had all of them. So everybody fell apart. But there's 2 guys to me. Okay, Siakam was bad. Danny Green was bad.
Yes.
Marc Gasol was atrocious. There's no even need to badger him more. But the one thing I will say about him is you're 2 of 11. You can't hit a shot. And then why, with 35 seconds left, down 6, does he decide, I'm going to take a long 2? Like, are you kidding me?
Bro,
Get inside.
He's crumbling under the pressure of people telling him that he's too scared to shoot. So now every time he touches the ball, for some reason he feels, I gotta toss this up.
I totally
Which is completely wrong.
I
Do not
totally
do that,
understand
please.
that, but it's self-awareness and it's even coaching. When you know you're 2 of 11, you have to know you're clanking everything, right? Stop shooting that much.
Start contributing somewhere else.
Do what
Exactly.
a center needs to do. Play your position and get inside. Turn your back to somebody, my friend.
Hey, as bad as his shooting was, he still did give us 12 rebounds. So,
And I think, didn't he
Yeah,
have like
please.
8 of them in the first half though? So again, where did he go in the second half?
where did Raptors go in the second half?
So
Really?
now there's one other guy. We were texting last night in prep of the show. I was telling you, I was not happy with Kawhi Leonard in that fourth. You were saying, oh, he still did this, that. I said, I get it. He had 31 and 9, But when you only shoot 38%, you only give me 3 points in the fourth quarter on 3 shots, and you disappear. It was like Thanos appeared in the Milwaukee Bucks arena, snapped his fingers, and everybody besides Kyle Lowry was part of the 50% of the population that was gone. I couldn't find him, and Kawhi Leonard was part of that.
Listen, when a guy carries your team for 2 series, and for 1 game he doesn't carry you guys, you're putting the blame on him?
No, he's part of the issue. I couldn't find him.
That.
You had 22 games of load management. Everybody's saying he looked tired, he was out of gas. You had 22 games to rest up, my friend. Tiredness cannot be an excuse. You've got to give us 44 minutes, 42 minutes. And I think he played just under 44. He played 42 minutes.
Yep.
All right? That's what he's doing last series, too. Marc Gasol played 40. Kyle Lowry played 40. Kyle Lowry's in way worse shape than Kawhi Leonard.
Kyle Lowry didn't show up for 2 series.
Okay, I wouldn't say didn't show up. He also takes charges, plays defense,
He does.
yada, yada, yada. But
Offensively,
if Kawhi Leonard does not
there.
show up in a game, the Raptors will not win. They have no chance to win. So you need him to show up.
But this is where when would you ever, let's say you heard Kyle Lowry had 30 points, Kawhi Leonard had 30 points. The first thought to your head is, oh, we won, definitely.
You would think that.
Exactly.
Especially
the fact that we lost, I feel like we'll start looking at what the hell did everyone else do.
It's not even the fact that, okay, Kyle Lowry had a great night. Kawhi still got his 30.
Yeah.
It's when the Bucks through 3 quarters go 6 of 34 shooting the 3-pointer. Giannis only has 24 points. You limit him. It's how do you squander that opportunity?
Exactly.
On the road in game 1, you're up for 3 quarters. Full control.
Well, I feel like that's the story with Raptors. You do it defensively, but how are you capitalizing on that, you know? Are you, if they do create a turnover, are you turning it into a point?
A lot of problems for them. Even the Bucks are shooting 6 of 34 from deep to 3 quarters. But the problem is they missed those shots, and they were getting out rebounded in their own end atrociously. There was way too many easy offensive rebounds for Brook Lopez, Nikola Mirotic, and Giannis. Just kick them back out, and then you get an easy layup right in front of the hoop. Gasol, Ibaka, Siakam, they have to bear down. You have to get a body on somebody and actually box them out for once. All right.
Yeah.
Siakam played 42 minutes, 6 rebounds. And Serge Ibaka, we've been through this. You're 6'10". 4 rebounds is not good enough.
It's not.
And he played well in Game 7, but then you give me 4 points and 2 of 6
That's
shooting
what I'm saying.
yesterday.
Like, okay, thanks for the games. Thanks for showing up finally for Game 7. Wait, you're going back to your old ways now? You want to go back into the shadows? Like, okay, I thought this was, your coming out party. Game 7, you showed up. Are you going to be playing like the old Ibaka? Like the one that we had when we first picked him up? No. We're going to go straight back to the freaking Ibaka we had for the first 2 series.
To my knowledge, Jeremy Lin is now available. He was injured early on in the playoffs. He's been available for the last few games.
Yeah.
All right. Fred VanVleet is the story of his playoffs. 13 minutes, 2 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 of 4.
I don't think we've said one good thing. We've talked about VanVleet maybe a handful of times.
There's nothing good to say about
one
him.
time we've said a good thing about
down
him.
the stretch throughout the season.
So
I can't even fake a good thing about him.
It's mind-boggling as to why he gets so much playing time.
For me, the Philly series was a weird one for him because Embiid was big and he had no success going inside. And usually he's good at penetrating, finishing off the glass, or at least kicking it back out. He got scared and stopped doing that against Embiid and Philly. But why against Milwaukee? Especially when Lopez is out. Mirotic is big, but he's not as big. Giannis isn't in the paint a whole lot. And he refuses again yesterday to even make a dribble penetration. And the one time that he did push the defense off him, he stepped back, tried hitting a 2 from the free throw line, clank. They came back and scored. That was part of the start of the fourth quarter, right? It was an atrocious mess for a lot of them. And that's why I said in the intro. I will only say, it's weird to call it a collapse because Brook Lopez hit some big shots, like Chris Carter was talking earlier this morning with Nick Wright. But still, when Lopez was hitting those shots, it's like Marc Gasol thought he was defending himself. What did I tell you? This guy has to step out of the 3-point line when he's defending Lopez. And he was giving him 7-8 feet of space. He had 23 points, Brook Lopez, coming into the fourth. And then bangs 2 wide open 3-pointers. Are you kidding? He's 23, finishes with 29, and you're giving him that much space? He's just mentally checked out.
Listen, we know Marc Gasol is a terrible perimeter defender.
And you wanted him on Giannis. I'm so happy Siakam was on Giannis. Siakam did a really good job.
He did.
Can you admit that you were very wrong about that?
I was wrong about that. However, for a defensive matchup, I feel like Brook Lopez suddenly turned into just a shooter. is a bad matchup for Marc Gasol because he's
The
terrible
thing
on the
is-
perimeter.
The thing is, though,
He can't defend that three.
Marc Gasol can go out on the perimeter against Brook Lopez. It's not Joel Embiid. It's not Young. It's not a quick guy. He's never going to give you a pump fake and go around you or even use a dribble move to get by you.
Yeah.
When he's standing out there, he's shooting
Stand
or he's
up on him,
passing.
yeah.
So get in his face. Get in his grill.
But the thing is, I think he was doing like the same method that they did with Embiid. Almost like let him take the shot, making him want to come in.
Brook Lopez has been the
Brook
best.
Lopez is shooting lights out. Like
Brook Lopez has been the
completely.
best shooting center all year long.
Exactly.
That's awareness.
It's the terrible.
That's in the video
fucking
room.
strategy.
That's coaching. That's prep for the series. That's knowing your opponent. I know you had 3 days off between series. How do you not understand that? But it's still funny because Brook Lopez matched in one game against the Raptors his totals against the Celtics in the series in terms of points. So you awoke the sleeping giant because Boston actually understood with Brad Stevens how to play defense on him, and Nick Nurse's Gasol and the rest of the defense looked lost on him. You let a role player come through and choke you out, and he was the only really star for them
As
for
much as you
Milwaukee
wanna-
yesterday. If Brook Lopez is their best player, you cannot lose to them.
Okay, but as much as you want to say Brad Stevens figured out how to defend them,
No, obviously the Celtics got shambled.
yeah, he still got shut
We
down.
can
in
get
5
into what
games.
Terry Rozier said about Brad Stevens a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll move on from that.
All right.